Hi guys, this is Adrienne White again. I was just coming at you again. I wanted to talk a little bit more. I don't know, I kind of like making these YouTube videos, I guess. I wanted to talk about some things that to kind of follow up on what I was talking about in my last video, which I was talking about. I was thinking about going to Tijuana, Mexico for my VSG surgery with Dr. Ramos Kelly. But then I got to thinking about it. There's another doctor. I live in Texas, and I live in San Antonio to be specific, and so there is a doctor that's like about 2 hours away from me in Piedras Negras, Mexico, and his name is Dr. Guillermo Alvarez. I've seen a lot of really good information on him. I've seen videos after videos after videos, and as you know, because you're looking at my video, possibly you know that you've been looking at a lot of VSG videos too. You know it's true. You know it's true. But anyway. I was thinking about going to him because A, he's closer to home. I mean, that was one of my major concerns the last time, was because if I went to Tijuana, he's not like, you know, very close to me. Whereas if I have to go back, he's only a 2-hour drive. And I'm not saying that or wishing anything bad to happen, but I mean, at least I have that comfort in not knowing that I have to go to another you know, get on another plane and fly to, you know, San Diego and go down to Tijuana. And, you know, I don't think that this has ever happened, but, you know, that's just a comfort thing for me. Anyway, so I was just thinking about possibly doing that. The only thing with him is that his price is probably double of what a lot of surgeons in Mexico are. I got a quote, and it's $8,500, and that includes them picking me up from the San Antonio airport, which I don't need because I'm already here. I can drive the Eagle Pass. There's a hotel stay in Eagle Pass, and then they bring you over the border, and then you get your surgery, and you're in the hospital for 2 days, and then they bring you back to San Antonio, and then most people that are flying out of San Antonio, they stay another night in San Antonio, and then they fly back to wherever it is they're going. So two things that I don't have to do, which is stay in a hotel, in San Antonio. I won't have to do that because I will just come home. And then the only hotel I would have to stay in is the hotel in Eagle Pass, in order for them to come pick me up early in the morning to go across the border into Piedras Negras. So I'm seriously considering him. I love to verbalize the fact that I am actually going to get this VSG, and I made a decision the other day that I want to have it by the end of this year. By this time next year, I want to have my surgery done and be on the road to repairing and recovering my body from years and years of heaviness, overweight, you know, being overweight. And I firmly believe that if you speak it into the atmosphere, the desires of my heart will happen. And I heard Joel Osteen yesterday, right before I was going to church. I heard him say something on TV, which was very true. He said, when it seems like I don't know how it's going to happen, God knows how to make it happen. And, you know, so it's one of those things you don't want to pray. You don't pray and worry. And so I'm trying really hard not to pray and worry. But, you know, there's some things that I can do to help the situation along too, and just get information, find out financing, beg, plead, and borrow from my family possibly, you know, whatever it is I need to do to get it done. You know, for the most part, the few people that I have told outside of YouTube land, you know, they're very supportive. Haven't really talked to my husband about the new place I want to go yet. Just hasn't really come up because I'm still trying to get some information, more information, and also wanting to see what his insurance will do at the end of the day. So that'll be a couple weeks from now. So anyway, with going to Piedras Negras, I figure with my flight to, if I were to go to Tijuana with my flight, I would have to fly all the way to San Diego. I'd have to have extra money for other little things that are there. And I figured at the end of the day, I basically would just save probably about $2,000 or so, roughly about $2,000. I've even been told, you know, People who went to Tijuana, they still spent around $8,000, and that included their air flight tickets there, their hotel, possibly a hotel night stay in San Diego before the next day. I mean, just whatever. And so I'm thinking that it's probably going to even out anyway in the long run, one way or another. And the fact that I'm closer to Mexico from where or to Piedras Negras from where I live, that's a little bit more comforting. So next thing I wanted to talk about was, if I'm going to go to Mexico, I still need to get a passport card. So I have to do that. I think I'm going to start working on that come January. And I think that's going to be what's going to work best for me. Like I said, I'm not going to pray and worry. I'm going to just leave it in God's hand and leave it in His hands to find the resources that I need. Also the right surgeon. I mean, who knows? It might be right here in San Antonio that I get my surgery. It's going to happen, though. I believe that. If you speak it out loud, you put words to it, it's going to happen. But that can be in anything in life. I mean, you can speak negative things, and those things might come to light, too. So just be careful what you say and what you verbalize out loud, because sometimes those bad things happen. But you definitely, when you speak positive things and things that you can get help from with either your family or your spiritual beliefs or whatever the case may be, always speak positive things, and positive things will come back to you. So, changing the subject a little bit, I wanted to do like a thing where I see sometimes on YouTube videos, people are always like, there's going to be, there's like a list of 5 or 10 things that I won't miss about being fat or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing a list of about 5 or 6 things that I won't miss about being fat. First of all, I am not going to miss being tired all the time. And with that, because of the excess weight, I always have a lot of constant pain in my back, in my hips. I have arthritis in my hips, and my ankles, they swell up by the end of the day. I mean, if I take my shoes off for 5 minutes, I can't get them back in because my feet are so swollen, and it's just, anyway, I'm not gonna miss that. Another thing is I won't be. One thing I won't miss about being fat is that I'll be able to fasten my seatbelt on the plane without letting it all the way out, and it's still being too tight. And it's so embarrassing because then I think of, and I'm just crazy like this because I think about the next person that's coming onto the plane. They're gonna sit in that seat and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, how big was this person that was sitting in this seat before me?" Yeah, anyway, but that's just, I know that's silly, but it's just, that's how I am. But even, and then a footnote to that is even sitting in my car, and how you have a seatbelt comes across you, and I'm sitting there and I have this big old bulge on my stomach. It's just sitting out here. It's just big. It's just, I don't like it. Anyway, I want to get that gone. I refuse to buy bigger clothes even when I know they're going to be more comfortable on me. Yeah, I don't know. And not only that, but I already buy clothes that kind of fit me loose anyway, but man, I'm dreading having, one, I don't want to buy any more clothes. If I'm going to buy more clothes, I want them to be smaller. I don't want them to be bigger. And I don't want to look like I'm wearing a tent. But anyway. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Secretly, the third one is, secretly, I feel like I don't deserve better because of my weight. I don't make a fuss or cause confusion pretty much, anywhere, wherever I work, wherever I'm at church, whatever. I'm not a, I don't ruffle people's feathers, and, I don't know if and sometimes I let things go that I probably shouldn't let go, but I have a feeling that, are people going to say, "Oh, that's the fat girl, she doesn't know what she's talking about anyway," or, and I don't know, I wonder sometimes, does a doctor that I work with look down to me? Maybe he thinks that I'm not as smart as I really am because of my weight. He works out all the time. He and his wife are really, really fit. And, you can't help but wonder if sometimes people play those psychological games with you or with themselves or whatever the case may be. And so I just wonder sometimes if my weight plays a role. Not that he treats me bad or abuses me or anything like that, but you know, I just get, you know, when you're overweight, you just get treated differently, and it's not real apparent in my life. I mean, I have really, really great friends and people around me and that love me no matter what. But, you know, the people in the outside that circle for me are the ones that are, you just never know what they're thinking. And you know, and they treat you differently. I mean, I'm not saying I'm worried about them. I'm not, but it does play with your mind a little bit sometimes. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking on that one. This one's kind of weird and corny, but it is what it is. My husband bought me this beautiful Tiffany's necklace a long time ago. And it's kind of like a choker. It goes around the neck. And I can fit it. It will fit around my neck, but the charm always kind of pops up a little bit. It pops up because of my neck. Whenever I'm like sitting down or I'm just, if I'm not just standing straight up and, you know, and it's just laying there, it like pops up all the time. And I'm like, I want that stupid thing to lay down. And so I want my Tiffany necklace to fit and lay flat. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it's too much to ask. But anyway. So the last one, I think this is number 6, is I'm not going to miss being fat because I am usually, almost always, the biggest person in the pictures in the room. And even in the building sometimes, especially at work, I am absolutely the biggest person at my job. And, you know, I always tell people, stand in front of me whenever we're taking pictures. No, you need to stand in front of me, hide the fat. However, they stand in front of me, they hide the fat all day long, but they don't hide this double chin. They don't hide all this. They don't hide this stuff, you know. And so it just, yeah. I'm ready to be, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm ready. I'm ready to get it done, and I want to be on my way to a healthier, happier me. I do consider myself to be a pretty happy person, but I just know, you know, everything can improve, I guess, you know. Anyway, and so that's kind of where I'm at. I am making this video about kind of like whenever I was a little bit younger and I was a little bit smaller, like high school pictures from when I was in high school, and then, you know, when I was picking up some weight. And most of these pictures, honestly, are from the last, outside of the little baby picture and my high school picture, all of these pictures mostly are from the last 8 years. So I don't really have any pictures of when I was like younger with my first son, or, you know, or anything like that, or even with my daughter when she was first born. But these are just kind of depicting like how I have transitioned from being, I had lost a lot of weight on my own. Like was going to the gym 5 days a week, eating well, drinking nothing but water, and I lost a whole whopping 36 pounds in 7 or 8 months. So yeah, the struggle is real, y'all. It is, because with PCOS, it's no joke. It's hard to lose weight, and it's hard to gain weight too. In some cases, it's hard to gain weight. But anyway, so but it kind of transitions from when I was a little bit smaller, and then I started gaining weight and picking it up, and then I ended it with a glorious picture of me and all my glory, all my belly just kind of hanging out, and what I look like right now. Like I took these pictures, the last pictures I took the pictures yesterday. So I'm debating about whether or not I'm going to upload it to YouTube or not. I will decide that momentarily. But anyway, it's been real. I shall stop in again and just kind of say what's going on with the doctors whenever I do go and have my appointments with them. And you guys be blessed and be strong, and you know, just trust the process. I'll talk to you later on.